Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth and sincerity through all the for which I do. We love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and Shalom to y'all. This is your brother Dawah Dodd from the Great Millstone Camp in Atlanta. Lord willing to give you an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahweh, meaning he is, or he exists, or he to be. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai, meaning he is the Savior, or he is the deliverer. If you're watching this now, you're a so-called black, Native American, or Latino man or woman, then you are a Hebrew Israelite according to the Holy Bible. All right, you will not find black, Native American, or Latino in the Bible. So you need to know who you are according to the Bible. All right. Certain people in the Bible was promised the glory, covenant, salvation in the kingdom. All right. Now, if you don't look like a so-called black, Native American, or Latino, but you feel like this is the truth and it resonates with your spirit, well, then there's a possibility you could be a Hebrew Israelite as well. You could receive salvation. It does not matter what you look like. It does not matter what color your skin is. It only matters that your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had his name changed to Israel. Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, meaning he is the prince of power. All right, this is going to be a quick one. Actually, don't even have a topic really. However, I do want to keep pushing out the vibration that the Lord is not playing with you people. All right, the Lord is not playing with you people, and you guys are coming up with these debating spirits. We had a guy yesterday at camp. He came up, and it was weird because, well, not weird, but it was spiritual because I might as well kind of harp on that, but it was real spiritual because the brother Shamak here in Atlanta had did a video about this individual visiting GMS in DC. So, we've been seeing these men coming out here, so-called men, these Christians, the apologetics, all right? They coming out here debating us, starting with Vocab. Vocab is like the prime suspect when it comes to this stuff. He's been doing it for years. But then now he has people who kind of came up under him, of coming out here and, trying to debunk what we got going on. They're trying to debunk the scriptures, using the scriptures. They try to debunk the doctrine of Great Millstone, but you can't debunk this because this doctrine is made by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua himself, right? So let's get this. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and I believe 37. Let me see. Yeah. So it says, if any man think himself to be a prophet, right? A prophet is a man who says things that's going to happen. He says it before it happens. That is a prophet, all right? There's no getting around that. That is what a prophet is. Let me click on that and get the interlinear for that. All right. Now, this is in the Greek, right? Prophetess, right? Prophetess in Greek writings and an interpreter of oracles of other hidden things. One who, moved by the Spirit of God and hence is organ of spokesman, it says, solemnly declares to men what he has received by inspiration. There you go. Especially concerning future events. You see, that's what the word prophecy means in the Greek. All right, prophetess, especially concerning future events, and in particular such as relate to the cause and kingdom of God and to human salvation. It says the Old Testament prophets, having foretold the kingdom, deeds, and death of Yahweh Shai, the Messiah. It says of John the Baptist, the herald of Jesus the Messiah. Let me see. I don't really say too much more. But we know a prophet is someone who speaks of things before it happens, right? So don't you guys find it weird that we're actually saying things from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and then they're happening today? Do you guys not see? Isn't that like a strange occurrence? All right. So wouldn't you come to believe after you see something like that happen? All right. Our apostles and elders have been out for 40 years, 30 years, 30, almost 40 years, like close to it. And, we're telling you that there's going to be a piece of technology to come out that was going to become the mark of the beast. All right. Meanwhile, everybody else is saying the mark of the beast was some other thing. They told you specifically what it was. All right. They also said World War III was going to happen 30 years ago. So they said these things 30 years ago. You don't find that strange that they predicted World War III, and then they actually named names. They actually told you who was going to be involved. They said Iran. They said Russia. They said China. Don't you people find that strange? They actually predicted World War III. I would think that is strange. You couldn't even say, well, we knew that was going to happen, because you guys didn't know that was going to happen. You know, you have people saying, oh, well, everybody knows it's going to be. No, you never did. No one ever did. That's why the world is the way it is right now. America is very lackadaisical, right? They're very proud, right? They're very so much like laid back and kind of like not in danger. Like look at the women. Look at the state of these women. That shows you weren't in a mindset of thinking World War III was going to happen. Your women are out of control. Your women believe that they can get in a man's face without there being consequences. All right. Women think they can just wear certain clothes and not be hit on by men. That's showing you, and you know why? Because that's showing you guys are in a comfortable mentality. You're so comfortable, you forgot there's danger in the world. And the reason why you forgot there's danger in the world, because you never thought World War III was going to happen. So don't tell us that you already knew that this stuff was going to come. And then on top of that, even if you didn't know, even if you thought that you might have gotten an inkling or understanding that World War III was going to pop off, why didn't you say it? And if why didn't you say it? And why wouldn't you tell the names of people that's going to be participating? Our apostles and elders did that. All right. Our apostles and elders did that. And then they taught us and we taught the world. Right. So you have these apologetics coming out, So let's read it here. It says, 1 Corinthians 14:37, if any man think himself to be a prophet, someone that speaks things into existence before it happens. Well, speaks things before it happens. It's already going to be in existence. It says, or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are of the commandments of the Lord. So we don't come up with our own words, interpretation. These are from the commandments of the Lord. All right, you got people saying that, oh, well, the Bible was written by man. Okay, the Bible was written by man. So what? What is that? How does that like debunk what we're saying? Because the Bible was written by man. He said, this is Paul writing. He said that if any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. So yeah, he's writing it, but the Lord is giving him the inspiration to do it. We read what the word prophet means in the Greek, right? We read it. It says inspiration, especially from the Lord, from God. All right. And then right here, he's telling you these things are from God. These men will have visions, or an angel would meet them and they would visit them, and the angel would tell him what to write. But yeah, it was written by man. Yeah, but these things that are written by man was told to them of the Heavenly Father. All right, whether he sent his angels to tell them, whether he visited them in a dream, right, or a nightmare in a lot of cases, because you had some men who were so afraid of the things that they saw in these dreams and these visions that they got sick upon their beds. Look at Esdras. So yeah, man, these things are written of by the Lord, man. He just uses his prophet. He just uses his men to write it. All right, So you people can't say, oh well, man made the Bible. Like just be quiet, because you don't know what you're talking about. But soon things are gonna get really nasty out here, and you people are gonna be uncomfortable, man. All right. Some crazy things are coming. Let's read some of the nasty things that are gonna happen in this society. You people are proud as shit. You got YNs out here running around all acting all crazy and out of order. These little niggas gonna be put to death too. All right, all these goddamn women are out of control. Where's Ezekiel? Let's get Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That's us. We are sighing and crying because there's so many abominable things going on in this world that we can't stand to be a part of the society, and we hate it. It says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, this is you people. It says, go ye after him through the city and smite. So the men that who have the mark, save them, and then go to the men who don't have the mark, the men, women, and children who don't have the mark, and kill them. That's what he's saying right here. During the time of Egypt, they had to put blood across the doorpost, right? And whoever didn't have that mark, the firstborn was to die. Remember? That's the same thing going on today. Let's see. It says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you ye pity. Slay utterly old and young. So, all right. So old people, elderly people, I don't care if you're 100, 90, 80, 70, 60. It says, and young, right? 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, a baby. That's old and young. It says both maids and little children. You see, this is in the Bible. It says, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began to the ancient men that were before the house. So okay, so here's the thing. You apologists who keep coming up here and testing the Lord, you're gonna be destroyed, man. All right. Every time you keep coming in that damn debating spirit, all right. Oh yeah, we spoke about that little midget, man, that little minion, man. That little minion come out here yesterday, right? And I had just done a video. Well, the brother Shamak had just did a video on him visiting the DC camp. So it inspired me to do the lesson that I did for yesterday's camp. And I mentioned this exact man at the end of yesterday's camp. And I said, hey, look, we're not in that debate spirit, right? Right, we're prophets, man. We're out here to prophesy. And then I gave all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and we ended the camp. I kid you not, we walked a block down the street, and the same man that I was talking about had appeared, showing you that we have the spirit. There are no such things as coincidences. This nigga was just in D.C. What the hell is he doing in Atlanta? Right? So that's showing you that was the spirit. The man's goings are of the Lord. And what did he do? He asked us, hey, do y'all want to debate? You see? So we just telling y'all, and then we, he had his camera rolling the whole time. He, kind of got into it with us a little bit, but, you'll see it all on camera. But we walked away from him. And that's just going to show you, man, like, you're marking yourself. You people don't understand the power that you're dealing with, man. Let me get that in John, bro. You people do not understand the power that you're dealing with. This is St. John, the book of St. John, chapter 4, and verse 22. It says, ye worship, ye know not what. So you people don't understand who you think you worship. It says, we know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews, right? So salvation is for us. You people don't understand that the Lord is a terrible power, man. Like he said, I will not meet thee as a man. He's going to come back. And it says in Revelation that the world shall watch. I'm going to get it. I'm just going to get it instead of Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. It says all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Let's get that word wail. Let's get that word wail and see what that word means. Because you people think it's a game out here. You coming up to the prophecy, you talking about, you want to debate. Oh, it's missing from here. Oh no, it's right here. Kopto. It says, to cut, strike, smite, to cut from. It says cut off. Look at that. To beat one's breast for grief. Yeah, like a gorilla. So yeah, you people are gonna get cut off. They're gonna get cut off and be well, and they're gonna gnash your teeth, man. You people coming out in that debate spirit. If we don't want to debate you, leave us alone. But you're going to see, man, the Lord is going to destroy you people. Al-Shaja, he was known as Al-Shaja, a great demon like terrible power. But yeah, man, there's other stuff I can go into here, but I think I'm going to cut it short tonight. Yeah, a lot of things I gotta get into. So hey, that's just a couple of scriptures. You know, if you're watching these videos, right, you might get a quick hitter like this with just a few scriptures, and it might prompt you to do a lesson. You know, this is actually firing me up to do another lesson. I'm think on another lesson. Um, and Lord willing, I'll probably throw another lesson up there in a couple hours. So Lord willing, you was edified. I want to end this off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the whole full elect, and shalom.